Yeah, I mean, I've said this on podcasts before, and I'm sure if people have been exposed to any of my content before, I'm probably starting to sound like a broken record, but I'm going to say it again because it's important. In my opinion, the very basic minimum that you have to be able to do in order to call yourself a chiropractor is you need to be able to adjust full spine diversified. So if you're stuck somewhere and you just have a portable bench, you can start helping people, and it's going to be honoring to that person's system, which is where the MLS stuff comes in, where the syntropy stuff comes in. I've never done KTC, I've never done one of their seminars, but I'm sure it's much and such the same thing. It's like adjusting full spine diversified and getting the job done that way. Bare minimum, before you're worrying about going into the functional neurology courses or worrying about nutrition or worrying about, I love tonal chiropractic. I receive tonal chiropractic. I have referred patients to tonal chiropractic, but if you're not able to adjust full spine diversified, I don't see the point of going into that yet, because people are going to graduate out of school and they're like, yeah, I'm really good at XYZ tonal technique. But then you ask them to rock a left PI and they can't do it. It makes no sense. You've just spent all this money and you can't do like the basic stuff. Then after that, once you're able to do the basics, which for me is full spine diversified, some people will agree, some people won't. Then after that, I think you should pick something that's going to resonate with you and specialize a little bit. It's good to have that base, but please don't just stay there. You know, a lot of people, they get to that level and then they're like, oh, okay, that's me. And all the techniques are great, they all have merit and they all work. So if you're able to do that and then you decide, I want to go and do only BGI, great. There's people out there that can help you with that. I've been to BGI seminars, it's awesome. If you really resonate with Gonstead and you're like, oh, I just love when I have a break and that scope and then I adjust and then I come up in the scope on the same places at completely zero and I know that I cleared that. If that resonates with you, go for it. But I think a lot of students, they get into and I've seen this a lot, they go into school and they'll be going through the classes and they realize that actually adjusting, you're not going to learn it overnight, are you? And then what happens is those people get scared and they say, well, instead of just working on that and being very vulnerable, I'll kind of try and go around it and I'll find something else. So I'll get really good at the nutrition advice, or I'll get really good at other techniques that maybe aren't as structural. And I think that's the wrong way to go. I think you should keep going forward and just get to that. It might take some people longer than it takes others, but you will get there. Once you get there, then you can expand and you can start looking at the different techniques. I've been to, I think I've done about 15 MLS, about 15 syntropy, and then in and around that there'll be peppered some BGI and some Gonstead. So I've tried to test a lot of stuff and see what resonates with me and what doesn't. And I think if you're able to do full spine diversified and just use your hands, palpate what you want to do and then adjust, that's a good level to start. But that's the foundation. That's your platform to take chiropractic to a higher level.